Hey guys, this is Ace back again with another custom video, and this time we're going to be looking at the Zaku 2. This time it's the Riddens custom. And honestly speaking, this is a fantastic kit, absolutely fantastic. Whether you want to get it as a normal Gundam kit or something that you want to personalize, this is really nice. I mean, the good thing is that the kit, when you get it done just right out of the box, is very plain. So we're talking pretty much everything is this red color, when in fact actually it's very orangey. It's a slight orange red. And the good thing is to give you a lot of parts. There's a lot of details that you can do, you can take, and you can mask off, and you can customize to be very, very cool. Now, what I wanted to do was something a little bit more than just the armor parts, which is what I normally do. I wanted to get in and do a little bit of detail work on the inner skeleton as well. Let me show you what that ended up being like. Alright, so for the inner skeleton, basically what I've done is I've just used a whole bunch of metallic colors. And this was a little bit of a pain. This is probably one of the reasons why I haven't done it in ever, really. This is the first time I've actually done an inner skeleton paint job. Normally I just do a whole thing in black or dark gray or something like that, just because, it's easier, and then I can just go in with a silver or gold and pick out the highlights. This is the first time I've actually gone in and painted the different parts of the inner skeleton with different paint colors, and gone in with some detail painting and all that. It takes a hell of a lot of time, guys. I mean, honestly, I didn't expect it to take this much time, but the thing is, you actually have to disassemble the whole thing, or almost the whole thing, and then figure out, kind of which pieces go together and what you should color where to get them to look good, really. I mean, just take this thing, for example, here, the arm. So I use the nickel over here and over here. Here is the gold. Here is the caramel latte. Here is the sparkling Grand Canyon, and here's the aluminium. So just in this part over here, I've used like what, 5-6 different colors. And of course you go in and you get all the different details with your paintbrush, and you can do a whole bunch of other things as well to get everything out. Just an example, for example, I've just gone in and done a little bit of lining here and there, done a little bit of titanium gold for the small pieces to get the screws out, and these sort of details. So when you go and paint the inner skeleton, it does take time. It takes a lot of effort. And honestly speaking, for a first effort on where I get the inner skeleton done, I am absolutely loving it. I absolutely love the way this looks, the way it has turned out, just the whole metallic nature of it, getting all the pistons and details working. I mean, it looks so much better as compared to when everything is just black or charcoal gray or, something like that. This actually looks metallic, actually looks like it was built to be a Gundam. I mean, absolutely, absolutely fantastic. I really absolutely love the way this thing has turned out. I mean, even going in over here, for example, I did the nickel over here. I've got the caramel latte for the bottom part of the face, and I've gone in with gold, and I've got picked out all the circles on the head inside. So again, like I said, it does take a lot of time, a lot of effort, but the end product is so much worth it, guys. Honestly, I'm actually thinking of getting this guy again in a second kit, just so I can have this guy as just the inner skeleton itself. That's how much I like this thing. And anyone can do this. It's not that difficult. The only thing is a little painstaking, because you have to build the Gundam first. You have to make sure you know where what pieces go, then take it apart, and then you can paint the individual pieces themselves. So if you're willing to just spend a little bit of time, I can guarantee you guys, you will absolutely love the final product. This thing is absolutely beautiful. And it's actually the kit itself as well. I've noticed this kit is very, very detailed. The inner skeleton, there are so many different parts. I mean, I've just gone and done a little bit of detail work on the here, for example, the lining over here, get the little circles over there. I've just done a little bit because I didn't have that much time. But if you have a little bit of time, you can spend literally a month, and I guarantee you still won't even get all the details there. There are so many details on this kit. I honestly haven't tried this on any other kits, so I normally just go black, for example. But the next time I do this, I will do this again, and I will try and see if I can do something similar to that one. And it'll be a good comparison to see, I mean, does this kit generally have more details for the inner skeleton as compared to the other ones? So honestly, I think this is probably one of the best inner skeletons I've ever done. in by far. So I'm very, very happy I started off using this kit for the inner skeleton because of all the details. Okay, so for the painting aspect of this guy, again, like I said, I've used mainly metallic colors, and that's what gives them this whole thing a good finish. The first one, which is the important one, again, this is a beautiful color. Krylon's Brush Metallic Nickel. I absolutely love this color, and this has basically been used, for example, all the parts that look silver, but a dull silver. So this thing is what's going on for that one. Then another color which is a little bit lighter than that is this one, which is a caramel latte. Again, it's a very, very subtle difference. Here, you can have a look at it over here. Let me see if the camera picks it out. No, wait. There, you can see it there. So this part over here on the top is nickel. Or this part here is nickel. This part is caramel latte. This part is sparkling canyon, which is the third color, right over here. So again, as you can see, they're very subtle differences. They're all metallic in nature, and they all have a beautiful, beautiful finish. So I'm very happy with these. Now the trouble with where I live is you don't really get metallic colors, apart from like these ones, and like your gold and aluminium and all that. But I want to see if I can get like the, the metallic red, metallic blue, metallic green for the armor pieces. This I cannot get anywhere. Believe me, I've looked. So in addition to these three colors, I have gone and used a whole bunch of detail work as well. For example, for all the pistons, I have used the chrome aluminium. Beautiful, beautiful finish. Just make sure you don't put too much of on it, because the trouble with that is then it becomes too thick and it starts flaking. And then for all the gold pieces, I have used Ace's metallic spray paint. So these are basically the ones that I've used for the major pieces, the overall work. And then to go in and give it a little bit of detail work, I've used the mini acrylics. This is chrome silver. Then I've got the titanium gold. And finally, I actually used something a little bit different this time. This is something I found in one of the toy shops here. It's Email Color by Revell. And this is like, it was supposed to be a copper one. And I will probably not be using this again. I've tried to thin it down and it doesn't really work. And when I use a normal, just the paint on itself, I mean, the color itself is okay. I mean, you can see I've used it over there. But the trouble with this is it becomes so thick that it doesn't work properly. It's almost like a whole layer. So I had to completely sand it down and then, just I spent about half an hour just getting these 3 circles done. And just sand it down and then just use a very, very, very light layer of the paint. So I probably won't be using that. I just don't like the finish of it. So that's pretty much it. That's what I've used for the inner skeleton. And again, I'm saying this one more time, guys. If you have the time and you can spend a little bit more effort into this, your inner skeleton will look fabulous. All you have to do is just get a couple of spray paints in terms of metallic colors or whatever you use, and believe me, this thing is going to look beautiful. Alright, let me put the armor on and let's see what that looks like properly. Okay, so basically that's what I did with the inner skeleton. That's what took me a long time to do. And for the armor parts, again, what I did was, rather than sticking to this whole complete one red color, what I wanted to do was use a dual color scheme. So I used basically 2 shades of red and black to get the entire frame done. And basically this is what it looks like. There we go. Now this was absolutely fantastic. I mean, I had a lot of fun making this guy. This guy took a long time to do, simply because there's just so much there. To give you just one idea, have a look at the shoulder itself. I mean, the actual thing itself is completely red. What I've used here is 1 shade of light red for the actual shoulder part. These little bottom pieces at the cones, I guess, what are basically a darker red. Then you've got the gold on the cones and on the outside. So basically there's a lot of work that goes into getting all this done. I mean, just masking this stuff off itself took quite some time to do. And in the end, I think this thing looks pretty good. A lot better than the, 1 shade of red. What I have done is used 2 shades. So again, I think you can see it pretty well over here. You've got the light shade here for the thighs. You've got the dark shade over there. Again, same thing with the hands. You've got the light shade here, the dark shade there. Light shade, and then the shoulders are again the dark shade. So it's, you know, it's a combination of a whole bunch of different places. Even over here you can see that. So for example, the light shade here, the dark shade there, dark, dark, light. So it, in the end, it looks really nice. It's not catching it 100% on camera itself. I think there's just too much, maybe something to do with the lighting or something. But in real life, the difference is very, very cool. And instead of using yellow, I've used gold, which I think works a lot better. And the inner skeleton, when you go with the metallic colors, again, has come out very, very nice as well. For the paints itself, there's not that many. Most of the paints that I used went into the inner skeleton, but basically for the dark red, I have used the Ace's Burgundy, and for the lighter shades, I've used his Ace's Banner Red. So these two work very, very well together. And just finally, for all the black pieces, I've used flat black. I prefer this to the gloss. And, you know, in the end, I think it has ended up looking pretty cool. And then after all of that stuff is good and done, then you go in and you get all the other stuff like the stickers and the decals and all the other things. Now, the stickers are one thing. I mean, my problem was, like, for example, this is a decal, so it looks very nice. You've got no issues with something like that. But the trouble is, the stickers that they give you are more in use as compared to the decals, and I prefer to have decals. Where can I show you? Like, for example, this sticker over here. It's very nice, but I would have preferred they've given you the decal on this one rather than a sticker because of the whole outline thing that you get. I'm trying to see if I can find like the water slide decals for this, but I haven't been able to find them anywhere. But if I do, then I will probably do something and see if I can get them out here. Now again, here, you know, this is a decal, so it looks beautiful. You don't have the whole outline of the sticker. And they've used a lot of stickers. I mean, over here, this thing, you know, there's a lot of stickers that are being used rather than decals. And I prefer using decals over stickers any day. So that's pretty much it. This is the Riddens custom, so it's a Zaku 2.0, and you know, a lot of people told me that once you start using them and you've built one, you'll probably get a whole army, and I can see why. This guy's inner skeleton is absolutely fantastic. They've got so much detail and so much variety in the parts, and the amount of flexibility that you can do in terms of painting with a kit like this is fantastic. So I probably am going to get a whole bunch of other Zakus now as well, maybe even look into getting the perfect grade. But that's a little bit far off. I still have to do a whole bunch of other kits first. Alright guys, this is Ace. I hope you've enjoyed the review. I hope you've enjoyed the paint job. Please, again, as always, do give me your feedback, what you thought about this video, what you thought about my paint job, and of course, as always, please do subscribe. See you guys next time.